This video is sponsored by the Foggy Dew, Dublin's legendary pub, located beside the Central Bank and Temple Bar. Come in for great nights, pints and supporting metal. Shout out to our other sponsor, Helio Gas Detection. Hey everyone, this is Letty from the Smash and Skull Sessions. I'm joined by Joe from Orange Goblin. Joe, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Letty? You good?
I'm all good. It's a pleasure to sit down and chat with you because I discovered you last year and you're probably one of my new favourite bands.
Oh, you're 30 years too late, Letty. You got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, for 7 of those years I weren't born, so
Oh my God. Yeah, okay. Yeah, rub it in. I'm really old. Okay, you don't have to go down that road. Okay.
I'm still playing catch up. So welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. It's a last year for us, so it's a weird, really strange year because this is all I've ever done. Well, it's all of us have ever done for 30 years, and it's kind of weird to think that it's coming to a final end. So yeah, it's good. It's good and a bit surreal and a bit odd, if I'm honest.
A bittersweet end of an era.
Bittersweet, yeah, absolutely.
So, to our listeners who maybe haven't heard of you before, could you introduce yourself and your role in the band?
Yeah, okay, I'm Joe. I play guitar in the band Orange Goblin. And that's it, really. You know, we've been going for forever. And like I just said, it's coming to an end pretty swiftly. And yeah, bit of a weird one.
Perfect. So Orange Goblin are coming back to Dublin the 11th of December. Your last visit was in October of 2024. How was the tour of Conan?
Amazing, amazing. Those guys, I mean, it's really hard to go on after a band that are that heavy because, you know, we're more kind of straight hard rock. And to kind of watch them and go, my goodness, they're making the floor shake because it's such a heavy band. But they're just the nicest guys, and their crew that they've got with them are just beautiful people to hang out with, and they're just really nice they're just lovely to get along with, and a great band to watch every night, and it gets us in the mood to try and kind of beat that every night. So yeah, it's good. It's a challenge that we accepted, and hopefully it went down all right. Yeah, I love them.
And both bands definitely rolled when I saw you in obviously October of last year, and I can't wait to see you guys again in December.
I can't wait. Yeah, we're playing at the Button Factory, and I don't think we've ever played there before. Somebody will probably prove me wrong on this, but
I think I saw on Setlist FM you did play it in, I think, 2014.
Oh, I would never. Well, okay, I'm letting myself off. I'm not going to remember that far back. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait, and it's the second show on the tour. So yeah, it's going to be good fun. And this year we've got Grand Magus and Ern coming with us as well. Two fantastic bands. There's a little young band, Ern, we toured with in 2021. And if you haven't heard of them, haven't seen them, you've got to check them out. They're so good. And Grand Magus are old timers like us, but are just getting better and better every year. They're just improving, and they're proper classic rock stuff. So you've got a lot of different stuff in the bag there that's going to keep everyone entertained.
It's going to sound like it's going to be a great combination for the night anyway.
It's going to be a good party. Yeah, we're going to try and make it a good party. Every show is lined up to just be good fun, and yeah, we're not a serious band that worry too much about, hey man, we've got to make sure that this is right and the light's perfect for this. We just want to go up and have a good time, and we've got a couple of bands that I think are on the same wavelengths as us. At the same time, professional, but the main emphasis is just let's have a party, let's enjoy this.
Let's have a good rock show and have fun.
Oh, hang on. Are you still there?
I am.
Good. It's these gremlins that keep attacking my phone.
You released your new album in 2024, Science Not Fiction. How was the
Yep.
recording process for it?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, we recorded it with Mike Exeter, he's got a lot of history with Sabbath, and he's Tony Iommi's best friend. He did the last Sabbath album. He did 13, and he's a hero of ours. So having him agree to do the album was just like we couldn't believe it. Like, we were huge fans. Um, and yeah, the process was great. We'd go away every weekend. We started doing this thing where instead of being stuck in a studio for 2 weeks, 4 weeks at a time, where back in the day it was fun, but it would get a little bit messy because you're in each other's pockets all the time, and it kind of there's a lot of drinking involved back in the early days. And this time we were a little bit older, and we'd go home Monday to Friday, have a listen to what we'd done over the weekend, get new ideas flowing, go back every weekend, and it was just lovely because it was fresh every weekend. We kind of had a little bit of time to process what we'd done the weekend before. So yeah, we had a good time, and he was great. Mike's great bloke to work with, and he'll tell you if you're doing something wrong. He's one of those producers who'll say you can do that better, and I'll say no, I can't. This is the best I can do. He goes, no, you can do that better, and he was right. You know, a lot of the time, we all could do stuff better when he said so. He was a good dad.
I say you had some great stories as well, being so close to Iommi and working on Black Sabbath.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 We had some good stories. I mean, yeah, like I say, he's from that He's not from their generation. He's a lot younger than them, but he's done a lot, and he's met a lot of people, and we'd sit around talking after we'd recorded, and he'd tell us some fun stories. Can't remember many of them now, but I remember it was good at the time.
And speaking of Black Sabbath, did you get to go to the End concert at Villa Park?
No, I really wish I had. There was a part of me at the time before was like, we've seen Sabbath. We saw them when they did the reunion back in '97, and yeah, trying to be a bit cool for schools. Like, yeah, we don't want to see Sabbath again because we saw them when they were really good. And I'm sure it won't be that great. I don't know why I thought that, but really regret it now. Seeing the footage of everyone up on stage, it all just sounded brilliant. And of course, everything that happened afterwards, yeah, it would have been lovely to have been part of that, just to be in the audience and kind of take it all in. But yeah, so yeah, bit gutted. Didn't get to see that. There you go.
Sure, it is as it is. I watched bits and pieces of the live stream. I tried to get
Yeah,
tickets, but it was just ridiculous pricing.
impossible, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
never mind. Oh well, yeah.
Maybe we'll get a time machine and get to do it again.
Let's do that. Shall we invent one? Me and
Oh,
you can
yeah.
sit down. I've got a rough kind of plan of one that I did on a drunken night a few years back. So yeah, have you got any ideas for how it would work?
I don't, but sure, when we do the end, we'll go back to Monsters of Rock.
Well, after we've done the gig in Dublin, we'll meet up and we'll create this time machine. And yeah, I think everyone should go back and see that gig. So I think that's the least we can do.
100%. Do you have a favorite memory from recording Science Not Fiction?
Favorite memory? Gosh, do you know what? Some of the best memories from that recording the album, because when you're recording an album, it's quite stressful sometimes to be in there. If I'm recording my guitar parts, to sit down and have people watching through listening through the headphones, watching through the control booth, and saying, "Ah, like I said earlier, you can do that a bit better." It's when you've done your bits and you sit back and it's worked out all right, and you listen back and go, "Wow, that sounds really, really good." Or after we've recorded, we used to sit down in the little living room area because it was a nice little cottage out in the countryside. So we'd all sit down and get a couple of pot noodles, a couple of bottles of wine, sit down, watch the young ones on the TV like we were 14 years old. And that was kind of cool. And we all slept there for the weekend. So, it was like hanging out with your mates when you were teenagers again. So yeah, that kind of part, the end of the night, listening back to what you've done that day, then going, all right, let's go to the fish and chip shop, come back and sit in front of the TV and do nothing for a few hours. That was good. Yeah, that was good fun. But
Yeah,
all
that
of it was
does.
fun. All of it was fun.
That does sound like a nice way to end the day of recording, though.
Yeah, it was good.
Awesome. And if you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be? And it doesn't have to be for Orange Goblin.
Oh man, I've I'd love to if I had a super group. Where I guess I'd be playing guitar. That's the only thing I can do. I'd have Keith Moon on drums, or I'd have early Phil Collins on drums. This is a bit controversial, right? I'd have Genesis 20-year-old, 21-year-old Phil Collins or 20-something-year-old Phil Collins on drums because I'm a huge prog rock fan. I'm going to go for the whole band now. It's not just going to be one musician, but I'd have him on drums. I'd probably have, God, who would I have singing? I'd have Paul McCartney on bass. I'd have early Phil Collins on drums and Keith Moon. They'd have a double drumming thing going on. And I'd probably have Paul Rogers from Free singing. And I'd just be playing acoustic guitar in the background somewhere. But, so yeah, that would, at the moment, tonight, that would be it. Ask me tomorrow, it'll be completely different people. But yeah, I think that would be quite fun.
I would love to see Keith Moon and Phil Collins do like a drum off or something
Can
like. I
you
think that'd be
imagine? Oh my
brilliant.
God. Well, yeah, Phil Collins would be getting the ump with Keith Moon because he'd just be going crazy. And I'd imagine Phil Collins was quite kind of precise from the way that he would play. So yeah, it'd be fun. They'd have a fight. It'd be brilliant.
Exactly, and Keith Moon would just blow up then.
Yeah, he'd just blow up like he was in Spinal Tap, and Phil Collins would just take over, I guess, and finish. Yeah. So yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. And Paul McCartney was going, "Oh, guys, I think you should calm it down a bit, it'd be fun."
That would be brilliant.
Yeah. So,
At the
what
end
about
of
you,
20,
Letty? Who would you have?
ooh,
I know I'm turning the tables.
I would have Lars Ulrich on drums.
Nice.
Controversial pick as well.
Yeah.
I'd have Tom DeLonge on guitar and vocals.
Cool. Right. Right.
And I'd have Tim Comerford on bass.
Amazing. Yeah. That sounds pretty rocking. Cool. And do you
Yeah.
play any instruments? What do you do?
I play the drums myself.
Oh, there you go. Right. So you can have a drum off.
Yeah, but I think
Good
I'd
luck.
let it off to Lars.
Cool.
And as we mentioned, at the end of 2025, Orange Goblin is coming to an end. Has there been a favorite musical moment from the band?
When you say musical moment, do you mean a song? Do you mean an experience we've had, or?
An experience that you found yourself like that you'll never forget?
Oh man, there's been. It's going to sound show offy, but there's been so many. We did a tour with Alice Cooper back in, gosh, this is, shows how old. I think it was '98. I think it was the Brutal World Tour. Maybe that's wrong, but it was. We played with Alice Cooper and Ronnie James Dio was the support act, and just going on. We went on first. We were going on as the doors were opening at these places, but Dio was on after us, and we became kind of good friends. So this is not really an Orange Goblin thing, but watching Dio every night and him looking at me and like pointing and calling me Holy Diver and stuff like that was quite a thing because I love that guy, and he was just so cool on that tour. So was Alice Cooper. We met him I think once, but he was lovely. But as for playing with Goblin, there's just so many. It's really hard to choose one specific show. The last few shows we've been doing this year actually have been quite emotional. The big festivals that we've done, Bloodstock for one, is having the chance of Goblin from God knows how many thousands of people in between songs, and after we'd finished, it was like, oh man, why are we finishing again? I can't remember why. So yeah, there's been a lot. We've been very fortunate to have some great times and great memories, and I can't really specifically pick one out because there's just too many.
I say the first time you walked onto a festival stage is one to remember as well.
Yes, yeah, that you're absolutely right. Yeah, just going on, and it's a weird thing when you play a festival because we're really a kind of a club band. We're a little sweaty club band. So going on and suddenly just seeing all these people there, it's a weird thing, and you've got the barriers in front of the stage. So it's kind of we're really like amazed to be there and like, wow, we're at this huge place where there's hundreds and thousands of people here, but there's a big barrier and we can't get close to the audience. So there's that kind of bittersweet thing where you want people right in front grabbing your leg and tripping you up, you know. So yeah, but yeah, you're right. Getting on, going on and doing a festival, having the lights go down, hearing the intro music come on, and the crowd kind of going nuts or cheering and going on, and that little bit, that part of the nervous energy that you get just before you go onto a stage is pretty special as well, because it's terrifying and exciting and everything at once. So yeah.
Say it's one of the best feelings in the world.
It is, yeah, it is. It's hard to explain. It's a really, yeah, just a really special feeling because you don't want for there's a part of you that doesn't want to go on because you're terrified, and the other part is like you're egging. So you're kind of fighting with yourself a bit until you actually get on the stage, and then the lights come up, and it's great. It's good fun.
Awesome. And what do you hope to be remembered by your fans for, Orange Goblin in general or yourself?
I just think, like I said at the beginning, we just want to have a good time, and I a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, Orange Goblin are ending. That's the end of like what are we going to do? What are we going to get our party from?" You know, it's. I had people think that we were a good band. You know, I think we were a pretty good band. We've got still got some good songs and some good licks, and Ben's vocal melodies and vocals are fantastic. But I think we'll be remembered for being just a great live band. I hope that's kind of what we'll be remembered for. That's what we certainly set out to do. Whatever's happening behind stage or whatever long journey we've had to get to a show, we always try our best to do our best as soon as we get on stage. And also, it's a great release for us. If we have had a crap day and stuff's gone wrong, which it often does, that moment again, that nervous energy, getting on stage, doing it, everything is forgotten about. So I hope we just get remembered for being a good fun rock and roll band. That's it.
I can vouch for that you're a great live band.
Oh, thank you.
You're more than welcome. And, you know, I was shocked when I read on, what was it, Metal Injection or Metal Hammer, that you were packing it in. And I was like, what? These guys? I thought they had like still a good 20 years left in them.
I'm 50 years old. Chris is 56, the drummer, you know. But yeah, I mean, we're all good best mates still. We're all friends, and I just think it feels right. You know, we're 30 years in, we're 10 albums in. We've had a really good run. You know, there's nothing really ever gone horribly wrong. We've had our ups and downs through the years, and I don't know. It's a weird thing. I think we're just all looking forward to doing something a little bit different. Who knows? I'm not saying it's who knows what can happen in the future. Maybe we'll do something else. I don't know. But at the moment, there's no plan. So we're just having. We just thought this is the time to call it a day. Ben lives in France now. We all live miles apart from everybody, so we only really get to see each other when we're doing shows, which is good because it's like catching up with old mates again. But as being in a band, even though we're still really close, like I said, we're still best of friends. But everyone's moved on to do different things. You know, we've all got families and bits and pieces, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You might go viral on TikTok.
You never know. Yeah, I might go. If I can figure out how to use TikTok, I can just about use the phone. Type yeah, we'll see.
And how did you come up with the name Orange Goblin?
Ben's fault. Okay, so we started the band we probably started in early 94. And at the time we were a death metal band called Our Haunted Kingdom. And it was, it was all very, we were in the Obituary and Sepultura and all those kind of bands. And I think we just discovered Sabbath, Black Sabbath, and Deep Purple, and Blue Oyster Cult, and it's really this simple. Honestly, we are. There's no kind of like crazy story. Colors. We got into that kind of 70s thing. We were all reading Lord of the Rings at the time, goblins, elves, dragons, and just those two words just fit together. Ben came up with it. He said he turned up one day. Said, "What about Orange Goblin?" And we just went, "Yeah, okay." It was better than Our Haunted Kingdom, So anything would have been better. Blue Fairies, I don't know, whatever would have been better than Our Haunted Kingdom. So yeah, we stuck with it, and yeah, it's still funny when I talk to people that haven't heard of us and they say, "Oh, you're in a band. What's the name of the band?" And I said, "That's Orange Goblin." What? So there you go. It's that simple.
I know, because I've talked to colleagues and be like, "Oh, who are you interviewing tonight?" And I was like, "Oh, a band called Orange Goblin." And one of my colleagues went, "How did they come up with the names?"
Well, there you go. There you go. It's that moronic and stupid. It is
I
literally that. But
I
I
can
kind
give
of
her
think
that big monologue tomorrow.
what's that?
I can give her that big monologue tomorrow about how you
Yeah,
came up with it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Think of a colour and think of a stupid mythological character. I don't even know if that's a word, but yeah, and put them together. That's it.
I think that's how Yu-Gi-Oh came up with their most iconic card, Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, just something too stupid, loads of stupid words stuck together.
I love it. And do you have any favorite album releases of 2025 so far, or any that you're looking forward to?
Oh God, I don't. I live in a time warp, so I don't listen to a lot of new music, which is really crap of me, I know. But my mate Harry, who plays bass in Orange Goblin, is in a band called Noise Picker, and I can't kind of praise them enough. He's I don't know if you know much about Harry, but he plays bass for our band. He also sings. He plays drums. He's one of those guys that can do absolutely anything. So it's a two-piece. It's him and his mate on drums, and it's just a really lovely, noisy experiment that is fun and yeah, gets your head banging a bit. So Noise Picker, I'll go for that one.
Awesome. And what other kind of stuff have you been listening to in the meantime that's not in 2025?
I listen to everything that leads up to about 1985, so I'm kind of I'm still going back to the Phil Collins thing. I'm on a bit of a Genesis thing at the moment, early Genesis. I'm listening to The Lamb, Lies Down on Broadway. I listen to a lot of Rush. I listen to a lot of yeah. At the moment, it's prog rock stuff. Other days it will be Led Zeppelin and The Who, and I don't really change much with the times. I'm a bit rubbish. Have you got any bands you'd recommend?
Ooh, I don't think any that would be kind of prog. Well, the only prog rock I kind of listen to is Dream Theater.
Oh well, yeah, cool, amazing, yeah, yeah,
That would be one of my favorites. I love Mike Portnoy. I love everything that he does on the kit. I love John Petrucci. I love
yeah.
all the
Of
band
course,
members.
he's fantastic. Well, also Earn, who are playing with us. They're a fairly new band and they're absolutely fantastic. Samosa, I don't know if you know that band.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, they're really, really good as well. They've got that kind of stoner thing going on. So yeah, they're all, but they're coming back slowly. Like these bands are coming back to my old brain. Memories coming back a little bit.
Someone who I saw recently who you might like is, you might not have heard of him, Blood Incantation.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. Yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. Yes.
I saw them live recently and I just love their whole vibe of just space, aliens,
Yeah,
everything.
it's great. Yeah, you just get lost in the music, aren't you? Really good.
Exactly. It's amazing. And have you ever seen Genesis live?
No, no, I never saw them. Never ever. So a bit gutted, really.
Because Phil Collins is getting on a bit now, isn't he?
I think he's done. He can't play drums anymore, and yeah, he's past it. It's a shame, but yeah, there's a lot of bands I'd love to have seen that I never got to see. So I'm born too late, I think.
One of mine is Rage Against the Machine. They were supposed to play Electric Picnic over in
Okay.
Ireland. Well, it's a
Right.
big festival. And it was the year of 2020.
Oh, lockdown.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
And then
yeah. Sorry
what's
about
his
that.
and then Zach broke his foot and decided he didn't want to play anymore. So I was just like, all right.
Well, you never know. They might come back. What do you reckon?
I think they're done this time.
You think they're done? Oh, okay. Yeah, I never got to see them either. And I should have done because I was around in that time and I was a huge fan. But yeah, just for some reason, just missed them completely.
I think they only did America and then cancelled Europe because of COVID and all that. And
Yeah,
then they did America again. And then Zach had the incident with his foot, and that was it.
that was it. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe when we buy that time machine, we'll be able to go see them.
Can you imagine all the things, all the bands that we can go back and see? Genesis, and we'll get them to play together. We'll do a weird thing where we can press a button on our machine and make them merge together.
One concert I'd love to go see would be Pantera Monsters of Rock. I think that's the best Pantera show ever.
That footage is incredible, isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
Crowd going absolutely nuts. Well, we've played with Down a bunch. We've toured with Down, so we've met Phil a few times. But seeing Pantera back in the day would be, yeah, incredible. I've seen them. I have seen them, but not at Monsters of Rock. We saw them back in '94, I think it was, a couple of times. And they were just phenomenal. Really great band.
They were good, yeah?
Oh, man. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're still good now. They're playing now and they sound fantastic. But, yeah, back in the day with Dimebag and Vinny, but, yeah, couldn't beat it.
No, even the Metallica footage for Monsters of Rock, it just looks absolutely insane.
Yeah. What year was that? Was that 92?
95, I think.
Oh, was it 95? Okay. Right.
It was just after And Justice for All, because that's what they were touring at the time.
Well,
I'm
that would
pretty
have been
sure.
Justice for All was 88, wasn't it?
I don't know now. I'm questioning everything.
Time machine. We're going back to whenever it was. We're going to figure it out. I'm sure it was, Justice for All must have been 88, I think. And Vulgar Display would have come out around 92. God, there's so many people going, these guys don't know anything about it. Yeah.
No, I'm wrong. I think it was after the Black Album, because I think they played Enter Sandman.
Well, that was 91 or 99. Oh, God, I don't know.
We'll go 91, 92.
Something like that. It was, a long time ago.
Yeah. And we're on to our last question. Do you have any advice for anyone wanting to start a band in 2025?
Yeah, just do it. Don't ever hold back. I mean, the worst thing you can ever do is say, I'll do it tomorrow. And I'm talking from experience because, obviously I've got Goblin, which is great, but stuff I want to do on my own, I'm always putting off, and I put off for years. So there's nothing that you shouldn't hold back on if you want to be in a band. If you want to create something and be creative, you shouldn't care what anyone thinks, first of all. You should go out there and get whatever you've got in your system out, whether that's playing guitar, shouting, playing drums, playing keyboards on a computer, whatever it is. I think being in a band, foremost, is not about trying to get somewhere or be a big famous rock star. It's about getting stuff out of your system. And if you can do that musically and be creative, then just do it and fuck everyone else. Sorry for swearing.
You're grand. You're absolutely grand.
Thanks, Letty. Are we all done?
All good.
Good.
So catch Orange Goblin on their last tour. Thank you, Joe, for taking the time out your day for talking to me.
You're welcome, of course.
And Science, Not Fiction is out now.
Make his way in the born with a